Slope of parallel and perpendicular lines. If the lines are parallel, what kind of slopes do they have? Same slope, right? If it is perpendicular, what kind of slope do they have? Opposite and reciprocal, meaning what? You switch top and bottom. If it's negative, it becomes positive. If it's 1/2, you flip it so it becomes 2/1 now. So if they give you just 2 points to find the slope, you have to use the formula, which is changing y over changing x. How do you write it? It's y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So it doesn't matter which one you call 1s and 2s. You just got to be consistent. If this is x1, then this must be y1. If you assign this as x2, then the y must be just y2. So then this is x2 and y2. So y2 minus y1 is negative 1 minus 2 divided by 3 minus negative 3. So what is negative 1 minus 2? Minus 3. Minus negative becomes plus, so it becomes 6. So when you simplify it, you get negative 1/2. You always write your slopes in fraction form, okay? So if the line has the same slope, or the line is parallel to this line, what kind of slope would they have? Same slope. If it's perpendicular, you have to find its opposite, which means if it's negative, now it's positive. 1/2, when you flip top and bottom, it becomes 2/1, which we just write it as 2. Are the following lines parallel, perpendicular, or neither? Explain. So what is the slope of the first line? Y equals to 3x. What's the slope? 3. What's the slope of a second line? Slope is the coefficient of x, right? mx plus b. So 3 and negative 3, are they same? No, so it's not parallel. Are they opposite and reciprocal? No, it's just opposite. So it is neither. What about number 2? What's the slope of the first line? Is it 2, the slope? No, this one you have to solve for y. Y equals mx plus b. This is not y, so you have to solve for y to find the slope. So what would you do? Move 2x by subtracting it from both sides. So I get 3y equals to negative 2x plus 6. And then you divide by 3, 3, and 3. So you get y equals to negative 2/3 x plus 2. So what's the slope? Negative 2/3 is the slope of the first line. What about the second line? What is the slope? Can you tell the slope by just looking at it? Yeah, but go ahead and solve it, okay? So it's 3x minus 2y equals to 6. Subtract 3x. You're solving for y, so you have to move everything but y. So it's negative 2y equals to negative 3x plus 6. You put x first. Y equals mx plus b, so put x first. And positive 6 is plus 6. Now you divide by what? Negative 2, negative 2, negative 2. So I get y equals 2. What's negative divided by negative? Positive 3/2, x minus 3. So what's the slope? 3/2. So are they the same? Are they opposite reciprocal? Yes, so they are perpendicular. What about C? So again, solve for y, so move x. So I get y equals to negative x plus 2. So what is the slope? negative 1. If you don't see a number, it's 1, but it's negative, so it's negative 1. What about here? You have negative y equals to x minus 1, so divide by negative 1, and negative 1. So I get y equals to negative x plus 1. What's the slope? Negative 1. So negative 1 is equal to negative 1, therefore they are parallel. Okay. 3. Write the equation of a line that passes through the origin. It goes through what? 0, 0, meaning it's what? Y-intercept will be 0. They gave you B already. You only need M and B, so they gave you half of what you need. And it says, write an equation of a line that passes through the origin and intersects the line y equals to 2x plus 1 to form a right angle. What does that mean? If it forms a right angle, that means they are perpendicular. So it should be a slope perpendicular to 2, right? So 2 is 2 over 1. It's opposite, so it's negative. And when you flip 2, what does it become? 1 over 2. So that is M, and that is B. If you have M and B, can you write an equation of a line? Yes, it is. Y equals to negative 1/2 x plus 0. Well, we don't usually write plus 0. It's like adding nothing. Okay? 4. Two lines have the same y-intercept. They are perpendicular. If the equation of the line is given, what is the equation of the second line? It says same y-intercept. What was the y-intercept of the first line? 5, so B is 5. You're halfway done. Now slope must be what? Perpendicular. So if you have negative 2/3, if it's perpendicular, it changes to positive, opposite. And you flip top and bottom, 3 over 2. That is your M. If you have M and B, can you write an equation of a line? Yes, so it is y equals to 3 over 2 x plus 5. Okay. What about number 8? 6 and 7 are similar to what we did, so let's skip to 8. Graph a line Q that is perpendicular to line M and goes through A. So again, perpendicular means the slope is negative and reciprocal. So what is slope of this line? It's down 2 over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's negative 2 over 5. So if it's perpendicular, negative 2 over 5, the slope now becomes positive and 5 over 2. Opposite and reciprocal, meaning switch top and bottom. And it has to go through A. So what would you do? Just start from A. So it is 5 over 2, but we can go that way. So can we go down instead? That means we go 2 to the left, down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 to the left, down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this one, we were very lucky to get the y-intercept at exactly at negative 5. So then your equation becomes what? Y equals to 5 over 2x, your slope, and the y-intercept is 5. But would your y-intercept always be a whole number and easy to tell like this? No. Then what do you need to do? This one you didn't have to, but if I show you what you need to do to calculate the B, you have to use your point on the line, which is 4, 5. which can be plugged into your x and y. And we have the slope 5/2, right? If you have slope and x and y, can you solve for b? Yes, why? Y equals to mx plus b, and y we can use 5, and slope we knew it was 5/2, and x, when y is 5, x is 4, and when we add b, it should give you 5. So then 5 equals to, what's 4 divided by 2? 2. So what's 5 times 2? 10 plus b. So when you subtract 10 from both sides, you get b equals to -5. Isn't that what we had by graphing? But it could be some decimal answer, like 21/4, that you cannot just estimate it to a whole number. You have to actually find that number by plugging in x, y, and m. Okay. 9. What is the equation of the graph? You start off of the y-intercept, which is 4, and you find the slope. 1, 2 over 1, 1, 2 over 1, so it is 2/1. So how do you write an equation of a line? Y equals to 2x plus 4. What is the slope that is perpendicular to this line? It's 2/1. Makes it opposite, and you flip. Okay. Last question. How do you graph it? You start off of y-intercept, -4, and then use your slope. 2/3, rise over 1. 2, 3, 2 up, and over 3.